Welcome to a live broadcast in the train room. I'm your host, Jack Jack. If y'all was here earlier, y'all would have seen I had some hell of a issues with the layout. So I red flagged it, and this is what happened. So as of now, this whole area over here is red flag until I can fix this whole section. Because my engine, after 3 or 4 attempts, kept going off track. And when it goes off track, I know there's something wrong with the track over here. So the Bachmans and everything went through it fine, as y'all already know. But when that Atlas hit it, it went haywire everywhere. So I decided to red flag the layout and fix this section over here. So I'm going to be cleaning track, and I am going to finish bringing all this up. I might just take all of this up and start all the way over, but it's not that bad here. This wasn't the bad part of the section. It was this section all the way down to the other end. So as of now, I am going to be working on it. So, yep. The main and everything will be fine. I'm still thinking about tearing this layout down for now and starting over. Just for the simple fact, I want to get ready to put another layer or a double layer. So I'm thinking about bringing this table down about a foot to 3 feet and then adding a table on top. So that's still in the process. But right now, all I want to do is just get this situated. I do recycle my ballast. If y'all already don't know, I recycle my ballast. And I got it sitting in boiling hot water right now. All I did was pour boiling hot water on this. As you can see, all the white glue is showing. So I'm trying to scrape all it up. And I threw all of it in a bucket, in my blue bucket. And it's in there soaking in hot water. All that hot water do is going to separate the glue from the ballast. And then later on tonight, I'm going to set it out in a tray so it can dry. But before I do that, I wash the ballast like 3 or 4 times in cold water. And then I set it in a tray and let it dry in the hot sun tomorrow. And then when I get off tomorrow, it will be ready for me to put back down. So that's how I recycle my ballast. I never throw my ballast away. Never. And then when I let it dry, I got a sifter, and then I sift it into a bottle. And that's pretty much it on the ballast. But I never throw any of the ballast away. Never, never, never. Because all this equals almost close to a bottle of ballast. So I can throw that bottle of ballast back over here and save me almost, $10 on a bottle of ballast. And then the hot water, after I boil it, like I said, I use boiling hot water. and I just pour it on here. And then, as you can see, it don't take long for it to come up. The ballast and the glue and everything, it don't take it long at all. So that's it. Oh man, hold on. Yep, I don't play around when they're trying to get things done, man. I don't play around. So I did get it on my cardboard, my liner, but that's fine. That ain't gonna be no problem. But this is all I do. Scrape it up, put it in my bucket, my blue bucket here. And if you look in here, I put everything in there. The quart bed, all of it's in there. The ballast and boiling hot water. And then the track is down there. What I'm gonna do with the track, I'm put it in my container and then boil some water and then pour it over the track so all the ballast will leave the track. Like I said, there are so many ways you can save on money when it involves model railroading, because this stuff is too expensive to buy. And if you can salvage it, do what you can. I know a lot of people will say, buy a new track. Hell no, I ain't buying no damn new track. That stuff too expensive. Recycle your track. And then try your best to make it work. Because all this track on here is recycled track. So I'm saving myself almost $300 to $400 in track by recycling it. Be a fool to buy that stuff when you can recycle it. Save your money. Especially if you're on a budget. So, as you can see, all this is pretty much clean. Hot water can do a lot with this stuff. It's still sticky, which is fine. But the quick way is boiling hot water. And you just pour it on there. See, in the past, it used to take me almost 3 to 4 hours just to get this up. With boiling hot water, it only took me less than 20 minutes. So, yeah. Time for more hot water. Put the track in there. All right, I'm waiting for the rest of the hot water to boil, and then I'm just gonna pour it on there, and then let it sit for like 3 to 4 minutes, and then it'll just come up like butter. And then once I do that, I just scrape it up. I'm not gonna worry about this here. That's fine. I wasn't gonna take it this far down, but let's just go on and start the whole thing over. We're gonna pull everything off. Let me pull everything off. Where is? All right. Let's go check and see if this water hot. It should be. And that is that. This is the quick, unorthodox way of pulling track. It only takes 5 minutes. Let it set. And then when it's set, it should come up almost. Nails. I got nails. Everything go in the bucket. I don't care what it is. Everything goes in the bucket. I know it's around here somewhere. Somewhere. Where the hell is my brush? Fuck it. Just use the vacuum. Marker. Where is my marker? Oh, it's sticking everywhere. First thing first, clear the radius. Oh, 22, 22, 22. Okay, I'm gonna go throw this all in the boiling hot water so that in a little while I'll be able to wash it off. Okay. All the cork bed and ballast is in boiling hot water. I'm gonna let it sit for about an hour, maybe 2. And then I'm gonna drain it, strain it, wash it over again with cold water to separate the glue from the ballast. And then put it outside for tomorrow so that the sun, is this a 22 or 30? It's a 30. And it'll dry, and when I get home, I will be able to use it and drop it down tomorrow night. 22. 22, 24. This ain't no 22. This is a 30. 30. 24. 28. This is a 22. Alright. What I'm trying to do is get a smooth radius in here like I had before. But I want a larger radius so my SD40-2s will be able to make the turn without an issue. That right there is an issue. I need to go get a battery for the drill. So, the cork bed is, I might not even go back with cork bed. I might just keep all this just plain on the ground. Take the switch out. Take Bruce. I might take Bruce out as well and rebuild Bruce as well down there. Kill it all. Like I said, no, I'm not going in scale at nobody. I am not going in scale. I'm just fixing an issue over here with the new engine. The Atlas engine kept falling off track. And then when the SD40 I put on there, it started falling off track. So if it falls off track, it's time to fix something. So I red flagged it, cleaned it all up. And now I'm trying to work on the radiuses to get all the radius in. So these are the templates that I was talking about. They use these as templates because they are already cut to the radius. This is a, oh, this is a 20. That's a 20. This is a 20. This is a 30. This is a 30 radius. I believe this is a 24. This is a 30. 30. This is a 20. Says 28, but it looks like, no, it is a 28. It started curving on it again. And this is a 26. Always remember the inside is your radius. The outside is the larger radius. So this is a 26. And here is my 24. This is my very important radius here. 20. I said these was 20. What I'm going to do, if I go back with a new, if I tear this down, I'm going with a 30. I'm going to try to do a 30 radius on the corners. I want a smooth turn with those big girls over there. That's Cynthia and Julia over there. Cynthia and Julia gotta make a nice smooth turn when I'm doing switching in the yard and when I'm coming out of the yard to the main. So Cynthia and Julia, they gotta have a smooth turn. So that's very important. No, I'm not making soup, but yeah, Cynthia and Julia, yeah. Of course I'm gonna name my engines. When they start acting up, I can start cussing them out. I might change the main up over here instead of bringing it down in here. I'm gonna well, it was parallel to the yard line, so I don't know. But I'm still thinking about killing this whole layout and starting over again because I need to adjust the radius for the big girls and the Gevo. Even though it's already at a 28, I want a larger radius so the shove and the drag won't be such an issue, especially when I'm going to do a long shove and a long drag. And plus, I got to weigh these cars down to, like a little bit close to 5 ounces. Well, yeah, it is the time to do it. But I want to get back to switching. So that's that. So right now, I'm waiting on everything to set and dry. And like I said, everything will probably be back the same as it is, but I just got to work on this radius over here. I want to clean up this radius for the SD40-2s to make the turn. For some reason, they wasn't making the turn. I thought about doing that, but I will be off for the 4th of July week. So that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday, I pretty much have 5 days to play with this thing and get it done. So I might do it then, or I might do it during the shutdown week during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's a long way off. But if I do tear it and rebuild it, I'm going to split the yard so I can have a point-to-point yard. In other words, what I'm saying is this. I will start up there on the curve on that corner and build the yard, and it will end right here where the cement company is, and then it will fall back into the main or the backup siding, and then the other yard would work. Will be here, and it'll work around all the way up here. But there will only be one direction into each yard. Uh, One line will feed this way, and that yard would feed from the other direction. In other words, I don't want these two yards to intertwine with one another. I want them to be completely separate, so that the point to point, if I have so if the point to point works, whatever goes in this yard will go to the outside main. Whatever in this yard will go to the industrial park. So in other words, I would be doing switching somewhere over here, and then I would be doing switching somewhere up there. And then I will build a train in each yard to be taken back and forth. So one train will be built to come to this yard to work the industries out there, while this engine yard will do the same for the industrial park, and then we'll just flip them. In other words, a point to point. So I know that sounds confusing. So in other words, say for example, two towns, point to point, Gentech, and all the four yeah, it does make sense because of the same fact that's how the real world works. It goes point to point. You may have 3 point. You might have a 3 point system, or you may have multiple points. But the idea on some layouts is involved a point to point. So in other words, a yard would feed one town, while the next yard in the next town feeds that town, and then whatever needed out of that yard for the next town goes from that yard. In other words, I will have to explain it in detail how it actually will work, because that's a whole new ball game. And a lot of people don't do point-to-point yard layouts. They do more scenic layouts than a point-to-point, and the switching, which involve a switching layout. So I'm in a holding pattern, and I got to do the track. I need to clean the track. So let me get off of here. I got to clean the track. I hope y'all enjoyed this live session, and I will see y'all later. Until then, bye.